Yo, yo, you're officially plugged in. Make sure y'all go over there, like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Plug SATX, and then also on Facebook, the Plug Podcast. Make sure y'all are plugging in. We definitely have a lot of our entrepreneurs, some of our rappers that come onto our show. Today we got a special guest that's going to really just set the bar up for us a little bit higher on the plug. We're stepping outside the box a little bit besides our entrepreneurs. Well, he is an entrepreneur. We're going to give him that. But we also going to talk about a little bit more of some of the things he got coming up. As far as promotion-wise, real quick, we got the GOAT hat still on sale, the bucket hat. Make sure y'all plug in. It's a limited drop. I believe I sell right now. As far as this video drop, I got like 15 left. So make sure y'all plug in, grab some of those hats as well as while we still have them. July's new drops. We just dropped our new hats, our checkerboard, our marathon flag, Nipsey Hussle inspired hat as well. So make sure y'all check that one out as well as our shirt, as well with our purpose, passion, faith, and connection of the plug. A lot of people always asking, oh, the plug, you this, you that, you this. It's like, nah, man, I'm just moving with a purpose and passion. I'm always connected. So that's why I like to use the phrase the plug. So make sure y'all plug in and grab y'all shirts as well ASAP. Real quick shout out to Black Diamond Supply as well, 1402 West Hildebrand Ave. If you're looking for the best gas in the city, hey, tell them the plug sent you over there. Black Diamond Supply, 1402 West Hildebrand. Make sure y'all plug in. Hey, no further ado. We are officially here. We're promoting for Mr. Alvin Perry himself, live for himself this Saturday. Make sure y'all are pulling up. It's going to be at Upstage Comedy Lounge, 4441 Walsham Road. We are officially live here on The Plug with Mr. Alvin Perry himself. What up, baby? I care less. We plugged in with Alvin Perry on The Plug. Make sure y'all stay plugged in. We got a big show.
They gonna think I'm a Illuminati.
Hey, man. Hey, you are. Welcome to the team, man. You officially connected. Hey, man. Tell us about your show again on Saturday.
Like I said, Bigger in Texas was originally supposed to be at the Empire Theater, but it changed to the Upstage Comedy Lounge. I brought Lady Rico, who's a comedian out of Houston. She's originally from Shreveport, Louisiana. Big fine woman. Joe King, she's from here, but she performs out of Las Vegas. She's been doing great things in comedy for the past 3 years. And then my boy King Quasi, who's a part of the Loud Pack, and I'm a part of the Loud Pack. So we putting on a great show. It's going to be a lot of energies, different comedy styles. So it's something for everybody.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all plug in as well. Saturday, we have 2 showings, 7:30 and 10 o'clock. Yes. Again, where can we plug in and grab them tickets if we haven't already?
You can go to upstagecomedylounge.net or comedianalvinperry.com.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, make sure y'all plug in, support our comedians here. This dude is just not local. He definitely travels, and we're going to get a bit into that here in a little bit. But one of the things I wanted to give you congratulations and your flowers to is winning the Comedian Award for 2024 last year, man. So big ups to you on that. What does it mean for you winning those awards?
Man, I didn't think I was going to win to begin with because of the competition I was going with. Kletho had won like 5 years in a row. Like, he had been killing it. Mm-hmm. And then Chona E was one of the people that was on the ballot, and she has over 250,000 followers on TikTok, and she has more followers than me on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I'm like, just on her following alone, I'm like, oh, one of them got this.
Yeah.
But I just kept on pushing, and I won, and I was the first black person to win this award.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people, a lot of people try to downplay things and try to act like it's not a big deal. But, whenever we're nominated for something, we want to win. You know what I'm saying? We want people to vote for us or, whatever the case may be. But just to be a part of the conversation, so to make it seem like, oh, it's nothing, it is something.
Yes, sir.
It says that, the people in your city like and respect what you do enough to say, you know what, I want to put him at the top.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's definitely, you've been hustling from your skits to really traveling to really making a name for yourself, man. So for your brand, what do you think that did for you? Because I feel like I see you at a lot more, places now, rather than just in the local area.
Nothing.
Stop, man. I seen you on, man. What was it? It was, you were out of town, man. Was it New York?
It wasn't New York.
What was it?
I've been some places
Yeah.
since then,
Yeah.
but some of that was already in the works.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's just the acknowledgement and recognition it gave me, but it didn't particularly help me to get more bookings.
Yeah.
Man, actually things slowed down after that, to
Wow.
be honest with you. And I don't know what was the cause of that.
Yeah.
But then also some of that was my own fault, because when I got the call for this show, I stopped taking shows because I was like, I want to prepare
For this one.
with new material and things of that
Yeah.
nature. I wanted to give people something new. But in general, again, it's a nice little accolade to have.
For sure.
And it made me, what it did make me do though, it encouraged me to quit my job to pursue comedy for a time.
That's what's up, man.
It gave me that encouragement to say, man, you know what, I can really do this.
That's what's up, man. And you definitely can do it. Make sure y'all plug in this Saturday. Make sure y'all plug in. If not, hey, make sure y'all go and support Alvin Perry and everything he's doing, brother. What would you say, and who would you say Alvin Perry is off the stage and from behind the mic?
I'm quiet. A lot of people don't believe that because, my energy on the stage. And if you know me, I give a certain type of energy. So to some people, it might be the same. But really, I just really be low key. I just be kicking it because I ain't young no more. So I'm not as many places I used to be.
Outside, like
I used to be in the clubs every weekend.
Yeah.
Or really, at least 2 or 3 times out the week.
Yeah.
I would be somewhere.
Yeah.
I used to, even just a couple of years ago, I used to be hosting events all the time. So I'm not doing some of those things as much. I'm married, I got kids, and I got kids different ages. So a lot of times I'm at HEB or Walmart, and I'm a family man.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, when you got
Exactly.
a family, you got a mortgage, you got responsibilities.
Yeah, you got that yard to cut.
Yeah,
you got all that bullshit to do. Yeah.
And I'm a good father.
Yeah.
I'm a good husband.
Yeah. You say I take care of my business.
Yeah,
right?
so ain't nobody gonna be online dragging me through the mud.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing something that I'm supposed to be doing, or I'm lying about something that I ain't.
Yes. Yeah.
So I mean, I'm the same person.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, hey, tell me a joke, and I'm like,
And
got
like
some jokes
through,
for you. Yeah. You want to have a conversation? We can have a conversation.
Yes, sir.
You got questions? I'll answer them. You want to get to know me? Whatever it is. But I just be chilling.
That's what's up, family man to the fullest, and that's dope, man. You could definitely relate that to your comedy as well. Some of your, things, material you speak towards is about family and about some of your relationships and stuff like that as well. You keep it very organic, what I'm saying?
And relatable.
Yeah, and relatable for a lot of people. So I always find that really good when I get to check you out as well. Again, this is Alvin Perry's show. So again, Bigger in Texas is officially on Saturday. 2 shows. If you can't come to 7:30, hey, go ahead and get you some margaritas, have you a couple of drinks, and pull up at 10 o'clock.
And you can still go out and hang out afterwards.
And still be able to, pop out as well, man. So make sure y'all plug in. One of the things that recently, bro, you've went viral. Shout out to you again, bro. You're doing the damn thing, bro. I know when you're in the pilot mode and you flying the plane, you don't really see all the clouds passing and shit.
We talked about this last time.
Last time. And it's so funny that again it spent back and now it's still working for you. As far as that TikTok going viral, tell us a little bit more about that situation, and did you know you had that formula?
The thing about it is when I make videos, I don't make videos this is gonna go viral.
Yeah.
I just make whatever I think is interesting to me, and after I make videos, I don't even be thinking they funny. I be like, I could have done a better job.
Always.
I could have done so much better.
Yeah.
But prior to the video about the size of towns,
Correct.
I had a video about San Antonio women, like literally days before that.
Yes, sir.
And that one went viral on Facebook.
Okay.
Well, it did numbers on Facebook.
Yeah. If you dated a certain girl from this side of town, this side of town,
and I experienced some racism.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got called some names.
Yep.
Then during that time, I was on the road. I was in Kansas visiting my family.
Yeah.
So I said I need to make a video. I was making these videos really to promote the show.
Correct. That's good.
So I'm like, let me make these videos to promote the show.
Yeah.
So when I made the video about the neighborhood, I was really just trying to promote the show. I'm like, I'm gonna make this video about San Antonio because I need something that's more geared towards the city.
Correct.
And to grab the city, to grab the city's attention, because the algorithm. I don't think people really understand how the algorithm works. You know what I'm saying? So once I focus it more on the city, and then you hashtag San Antonio, and I always put the location San Antonio.
Yeah.
So then the algorithm starts, pushing it out to people in San Antonio.
Yeah.
So then when they started gravitating towards these things, and it's so accurate. Oh yeah, that's real. Oh yeah.
It was accurate as hell. Yep.
And it just went.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. Listen, I promise you. I start with Facebook first.
Okay.
It's usually Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and sometimes Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Twitter, I don't never do nothing on Twitter.
Yeah. I'm almost like that with TikTok, but I feel like TikTok, I should be way more active in that as well. And you able to do crazy numbers on Facebook and TikTok.
Man. TikTok is more of a consistency. Like you get me, I've organically, all my platforms are organically built up. It's not from me buying not, you know what I'm saying, or anything else like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So with that video, when it started taking off,
there were
I'm expecting it to take off on Facebook because I got over 16,000 followers already on Facebook.
Yeah.
So on Facebook, I gained maybe 1,000 followers. Damn. But from TikTok, I gained over 5,000 followers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like they keep
really
on
picking up, and it's like still getting in within that.
And look, I just be trying to make one video.
Yep.
And they're like, more.
Yeah, we need part 2, part 3. Yeah, and you're able to get into more, areas of the city as well. So you got to what, part 3 so far?
I'm on 4, but I was done after 1. Like I was like, I don't want to.
Nah, there were some people there like, bro, you leaving out some of our areas.
And because of the one about the females, I said, well, I'm not gonna do no West Side and no South Side,
because you don't want to have to. We gotta put our hats on straight.
I don't even think that people don't understand jokes,
or
I think they just like to be mad, like because they taking things like literal, because even though what I'm saying is true, especially about like the sides of towns,
but
the neighborhoods, even though what I'm saying is true, it's meant to be funny.
Correct.
It's not meant to be like, you sitting there and you're like,
wow,
I wasn't in the military. That's not why I moved over, whatever it is. It's like, hey, look, laugh.
General population, you speaking to it, and it's accurate, man. You know what I'm saying? The military converse and all that.
And somebody said, why you call yourself, was it DJ Alamo?
Yep, J. Alamo, yep.
You should call yourself Two-Face.
Yeah.
Right? You might be like, man, I don't like that.
Yeah.
But you should laugh at it, right? Because truth be told, it's kind of funny. You should be able to look in the mirror and say, I can see why people would say that.
Yeah.
I got a gap tooth. My teeth are uneven because when they put the golds in my mouth. Yeah. The golds are discolored. People have been talking about me all my life.
Yeah. And so you use.
Listen to me. My son got suspended he got into a fight at school, right? Yeah. And they were suspending him, so the police was up there. Mm-hmm. This is in elementary school. They called me up there, so when I go up there, I'm like, what's going on? They tell me that he had got into a fight, he beat a boy up real bad. So I say, son, what happened? He said, he was talking about my mama. What did he say? He said, my mama black like charcoal. I said, she is, son. What's the problem?
He was all like, but
I said you have to learn how to be funnier. That's
Yeah.
it. Because if people know that something bothers you and it hurts your fit, they're gonna keep on picking on you. You know what I'm saying? So
Nice.
for me, even though I don't set out to hurt people's feelings or make them mad,
Yeah.
but if I know this will trigger you, I could just play on that.
And just keep
Because the algorithm don't care if you like it or not. They just care that you engage with it.
facts. Yeah. Facts. Facts.
That's why the one girl is popular. The
What's that?
Dangerous. Janelle.
The
Janelle.
trail rider.
Yeah.
She's gonna be here Friday.
People don't understand that. Y'all keep on sharing her videos. Y'all keep on typing her name in the algorithm, in the search bar. The algorithm doesn't care if you don't like it or not.
It's pushing what you
why would you tell somebody I don't like somebody and share their video?
Yeah. Or even interact with the video. Because you commenting, liking, whatever.
You know how many cigarette butts I step on every day from not sharing somebody's stuff? Oh, nah, nobody would never see this.
Yeah.
Not from me.
Yeah.
Not from me. Nah, you're not finna get that because I already know if I share it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna make something go viral or nothing like that, but people are going to see it.
Correct.
Right? So if it's somebody that I don't mess with, I don't like something they're doing, and I share it to tell somebody, oh man, I don't like this person or I don't like what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's facts, man. What do you feel? How do you feel? You got some pushback as far as some of your women, and then some of the San Antonio. I seen something about he's a West Side something, and they were coming at you in the comments, man.
Thank you for the view.
There you go.
I appreciate that.
There you go.
It's annoying because again, my intentions is not to hurt anybody.
Correct.
And I don't ever want nobody to see me out in public and be like,
yeah.
But at the same time, thank you for the comment, thank you for the view.
Correct.
Share it to your friends, tell them how trash I am.
Yeah,
and how unfunny I am.
Hey man, I was like, man, they got on you, and then I was like, it was a good balance on how you were able to respond and react again. Do you feel like comedians have to like filter a lot of their comments or their comedy due to, people feeling some type of way about their joke?
Man, you know what? That is a good question.
Yeah.
Because there's certain things that I don't talk about, but I don't talk about these things because of my friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that they should, especially if they mean it in a joke, right?
Correct. Okay.
But it depends on how you feel about the people that you love and you care about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got a friend, it's a big old white woman, right?
Yeah.
Love her to death. She gonna be at my show.
That's what's up, yes.
I don't talk about big people because I don't want her to be like, is that how he feel about me?
Yeah.
I don't really do race jokes. I don't get into politics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't get into politics because I don't like arguing. I don't care about what you believe. You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is.
But just when it comes to, I don't get in, sexual orientation and preferences and stuff like that.
Correct.
Because again, I got gay friends.
Mm-hmm.
I got friends that are, trans or, whatever. Even if they're not my close friends, I love them and respect them. So no matter what my belief is, and it may be a joke, me saying it's a joke, but people take so many things literal.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't want my people that love me and I love to look at me and be like, is that how he really feels?
Yeah. That's true.
And it's just true. Like,
you try to find a good
I'm never
balance.
going to, because if it offends you, I don't have no problem with you coming telling me, hey man, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And then I'll think about it and say, you know what? I don't want to, I don't want Jay Alamo to feel some type of way, because my love language is roasting people. That's how you know I like you.
Yeah.
If every time I see you and I'm messing with you about something, that's how you should. He likes me.
Yeah.
He considered me a friend. He messed with me real tough.
Yeah.
If I don't talk to you at all, then that lets you know I have a problem with you. I mean, I have a problem with you because I'm not messing with you at all. Mm-hmm. But if every time, because to me, that's the connection between us. right?
Yeah.
So that means you can talk about me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
now I'm never gonna try to embarrass you in front of a group of people or nothing like that.
Facts.
But you know, if I walk in, I'm like, oh, you know, look at that white boy.
Yeah.
Like my mama has vitiligo, right? So I'll be like this white woman or Dalmatian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct,
and my mama, I asked her about it one day. She said, "Son, I don't care what you say about me, as long as you get rich."
Yeah. Get to the money. Get to the bag. I care less.
But I have to look at this woman every day. You know what I'm saying? I have pictures and memories of my mama when she was just a light skinned woman.
Yeah.
And then one day her pigmentation started changing and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And you know, she was doing things to try to keep the color and everything.
Yeah.
Yes. And it was just like, you know, I looked at it like to make her accept who she was. Let me show a softer side of this, a more comedic side, you know, that it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
so let's laugh about it because it's nothing is going to change, right?
Correct.
You're not gonna wake up and be black again. You know, you're gonna be more white before you be black. So
again.
let's
That's
just.
facts. That's
I
facts.
know that you my mama. I know that you know I love you, and there's no. But for some other people, they're not gonna feel that way.
Correct.
You know,
Correct.
so you if you're me,
Yeah.
you have to be careful about, you know, what you say because, again, I'm really funny.
Yeah.
It's one thing if it's not funny.
Yeah.
You know, so you might say something to somebody and they be like, nigga, that shit wasn't even funny. Now, if it's too funny, then, and people, now when people see you, they making fun of you, it might make you feel some type of way like, oh.
Yeah. You're like,
So, yeah, I'm always careful about
how you go about stuff. And respectfully, you definitely do as far as your interactions online, because you could definitely be going in on some of the people.
Even with the
you know
the comments, like,
yeah.
I wasn't disrespectful. Like, I would comment back, hey, man, you ain't got to be saying that. Why you doing that? You know, what's the problem? I don't, again, because I'm not sitting there like, you know what? I know how to make these people mad. Nah. People will kill you out here.
Yeah. They were like,
behind a joke.
Yep. You like, come on, man. Man, make sure y'all plug in. This is a hell of an episode. This is the plug featuring Big Dog Alvin Perry. Big show coming up here on July 5th, Saturday. Make sure y'all pull up to Upstage Comedy Lounge.
You want this to be controversial? Or what?
Talk to me.
You want this to be controversial?
What you got?
I'm just saying, you know, where you want to go with that?
Hey, man.
I seen, what's the guy? Trey Figure?
Oh, Figure Trey.
Figure Trey.
Yeah.
I seen, you know, he was, you know, but I was just wondering what type of show you want. That's all.
Man, nah. Hey, I'm always inviting your vibe. I'm going off of what you going off of. Yeah. Hey, Figure Trey. He was up here like hot. He was up here. He had some shit to say, man.
I was looking at his Mount Rushmore.
Oh man, you know a big thing about that. You know a lot.
Kylie
of people,
wasn't on that Mount Rushmore.
But I feel like when he was given the Mount Rushmore, right, it's generational things between us. Like I think he's a younger cat, so a lot of the Kylies, the Livolas, all that is kind of. We consider them legends, you know what I'm saying? And then for the new kids, they like almost like Cassinet was like, "Who's Wale? Oh, that was Wale." You like what?
Yeah. Even if you don't consider Kylie a legend, you have to put him on the Mount Rushmore.
Correct.
Yeah, if you don't, look, he has to be on there. Period. Point blank. I don't care about who else is the other three. But Kylie he's done, and listen to me, I'm not even going to sit here and tell you I'm like this huge fan of Kylie and I got all these songs and albums download. That's not true.
Yeah.
I would never be riding in the car and be like, you know what, put that Kylie on.
Yeah.
But I respect what he's done for San Antonio and for himself enough to be like, you got to put Kylie first.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Because he's paved the way.
Yeah, he's done so much.
He's paved the way for
Houston
to see us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was that's why I asked him about his influence on Texas music. You know, he was like, I want to listen to more Texas because he's a military kid, but he's really just into the newer music, different sounds. So I saw a lot of comments, man. There was a lot of people on there like, well, who's this and why is he saying that? I've never heard of none of these people.
Definitely not an honorable mention for Faux Mob.
Yeah, definitely not because he's
and I'm gonna tell you why. Nothing against Faux Mob and people like to say San Antonio's haters or people are hater. Yeah. No, you haven't done enough.
Yeah.
and this is why these people to understand.
He started.
It's one thing if you are a platinum artist and you're doing songs with Cardi B, Drake or somebody like your music has taken you to that next level. You had a buzz with a song, and like any song is going to take you places, right? You know what I'm saying? You're going to get invited places, whether you invite or you with people who are invited places, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, you ain't done nothing since then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's kind of like trying to put it back.
So you can't give somebody, you can't put somebody at the top off of one song and say, oh, they did this one thing and it was all over the place and yada, 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 yada. Now, if you have, let's say you have like a run.
Correct.
Not even a run where all the songs are hidden. You just have a run where like
with that song.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Just let it's going.
Where even the things that you've done since then, the features you've done since then, has been nothing to grab nobody's attention. And me, I pay attention to everything. So I just seen you dropped a new video.
Yeah.
And I watched the video. Because I'm not a hater. You know what I'm saying? I watched the video.
Yeah.
So then I seen Papa Burgers and I said, Papa Burgers? I've never heard of Papa Burgers. And I'm going to tell you why this is a problem.
Yeah.
And I said, I never seen Papa Burger. So I got on my phone, I Googled Papa Burger, and I see that it's in Houston. And then when I seen in the background the Houston skyline, I said, that's a problem for me, right? Because you can't say you're a representative of San Antonio. Yeah. But every time we see you, you in Houston.
Yep.
Right? And you're showcasing Houston things. Right? Now, people get mad when you, and I know this is off of what we're supposed to be talking about, but people get mad when you represent San Antonio. Yeah. This is the only place where people do not want you to rep San Antonio.
It's true. Yep.
Compton is nowhere near as big as San Antonio, but they rep the hell out of Compton. Atlanta has way less people than San Antonio, but they rep the hell out of Atlanta. You name any people, Dallas, they got the new Dallas movement.
Yeah.
But if you rep Spurs or you San Antonio, oh man, how do you think these other places become known? Because people are repping them. People are saying, this is where I'm from. Yep. The people who are not proud of where they from, they either say they from Texas.
Yeah, correct.
Or they'll name the next closest city to it.
Even what they say, the Valley. And you like, the Valley, just South Texas down there.
One of them, was it YBM? YBN? It was like Corday. One of them was from Texas. Yeah. He never said exactly where he was from. He was like, I'm from Texas.
Yeah.
You can be from El Paso.
Come on, man. But what's wrong with San Antonio representing
That's
San
the first
Antonio?
thing people are going to want to know where you from. That's why people rep where I'm from the Bronx. I'm from wherever. Correct. We know where J. Cole and them is from. We know where the baby is from.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Because they tell us. They tell us. We
That's
know
true.
where Master P and Juvenile and all these places from. So, and that's the thing about it. When you're not from somewhere and people start telling you stories and telling you about these places, even if you've never been, you start like, oh man, Third Ward, you know what I'm saying? Galliope, you know what I'm saying?
Even
H-Town, Fifth Ward, you know what I'm saying? All these, and you think about Atlanta, you start, Fulton County and all the neighborhoods, and you know what I'm saying? I know that Young Thug is from Cleveland Avenue.
Exactly. You over have
they call it Cleveland.
Yep. Like,
I know that. I ain't never been. I ain't never heard no like stories about that area that make me be like, oh, I gotta visit there. But that's what they rapping.
Yep.
So why we can't rap San Antonio?
It's all everyone always looks. I don't know. It's always frowned upon. That's always interesting. But fuck that. We from San Antonio.
And one last thing: if Kyle Lee never repped San Antonio, but was rapping here all these years and was repping Houston, they would have a problem with that too.
Oh yeah. They'd be like, he's always here, but always Houston this, Houston that.
Yeah, they'd be like, he don't want to claim San Antonio, but he made his name here. Why he ain't repping the city? It's like, you can't win for losing. That's everywhere though. If once you start being on different type of different city platforms and people they have this complaint everywhere. Everywhere has a complaint of why this person made it why nobody's repping, you know, whatever it is.
So big ups. You know, I appreciate that convo as well. One of the things I also wanted to cover, bro, is your brand, Professional Asshole, as well, man. You're an entrepreneur. You just don't do comedy. You also have your brand, Professional Asshole. Been putting it on everybody that my homie came through. Dijon of King Cuts came through.
Yeah, that's my guy, man.
Yeah, he had it on. I said, bro, you got the shirt on? I had to make him take a picture with your signature right there too. So man, big ups to that. Tell me a little bit more as far as your brand goes, man.
In 2018, I was trying to think of something that I felt like described me, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, man, you know, I'm a comedian. Sometimes I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
My wife probably would say more than not.
Right.
But I'm doing this for real. So it's like, this is my job. I'm a professional asshole.
Yeah.
So I never seen it a day in my life. And I always Google. If I come up with an idea, I Google it first.
Right.
See if there's anything out there. I didn't see anything out there, right? So I wasn't even making this to sell at first. I was just
trying to make it yours.
Wearing it. Yeah. So when I go places, when I do shows, I wear it.
Yeah.
And people would always be asking me about it, right? So, of course, I already make T-shirts, so I go home, make them a shirt. I wasn't even selling them. I was giving them away.
Yeah. Just a brand.
Yeah, I give it to you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I go home, make them, boom. So then as time went on, it was during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
People was, hey, man, can I buy a shirt? And my wife is always like, she's like really the more entrepreneur mind.
Yeah. Because
I wouldn't have no money if it was.
Yeah, she was like, press, here you go.
My wife's like, you can sell these to make money, you know what I'm saying? You should put it on this website and do this, that, and other, and everything else.
Yep.
So I was like, you know, right. So by this time, somebody was already selling it on Etsy.
Oh.
By 2020, somebody was selling it on Etsy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, and it kind of was similar to my design.
Yeah, yeah.
So but like, what could I do? You know what I'm saying?
Keep pushing with your uniqueness to it.
Yeah, so then I really just started selling them then, and then I just tried to come up with different designs. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part about it is I have this like happy face, this emoji on one of them. And I was trying to, I didn't even know where I got the emoji from. Yeah. So when I would see people out with this emoji on their shirt, like, man, why they got my emoji? But it's from Nirvana. The group Nirvana, they use that same emoji.
Yeah.
I didn't unintentionally stole this emoji and used it.
You felt it within. You're like, hey, this is I feel it. This is good. I fuck with this.
Yeah. So I still use that emoji, but I need to find something
to kind
like a specific logo to put. But yeah, man, it's everywhere I go.
Yeah.
When I travel, plane, train, automobile, different city, different state, people love this shirt. And I usually always got them with me so I could sell them or, you know what I'm saying, give some.
Off of one. That's what's up, man. And that's definitely another aspect to your comedy shows. Go and buy some of the merch. I know your merch table's going to be set up. So y'all make sure y'all go ahead and buy some merch on the way in or on the way out. Make sure y'all grab some merch off that table. Besides that as well, man, you dabble in, took some time away from comedy, I would say. You kind of got into starting your own business. Tell us a little bit more about you starting your own business, your second business, man. You're doing a hell of a job, man. I saw you put out. You are a hell of a marketer and promoter.
So because I wasn't working for 8 months trying to do comedy.
Yeah.
And when you're not making in your mind, you're saying, I just need to make this amount of money.
Correct.
And if you're not making that, because comedy is like a lot of things, it can be inconsistent.
Very, yeah.
So I went through periods where I wasn't making no money.
Yep.
And then bills are piling up. So then now I'm making a decision on what bills to pay.
Yep. So
then I worked for AT&T for a little while, but that was commission, and I didn't like that.
I feel you.
So, one day I was sitting at home and my phone rang, and I usually don't answer numbers I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I answered the phone, and it was saying, that, I think it was like the water bills, like water could be cut off.
Yeah.
I'm a husband, I'm a father, and I'm a man. So my responsibilities, these responsibilities do not fall on my wife, they fall on me.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't have the household without no water, you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
because I want to be a comedian. You know what I'm saying? And I'm waiting for this big break.
Yes, sir.
So I was like, man, what can I do now? I never told nobody I had a truck, right? I've been having this truck since 2021. I never really posted it on Facebook, like, look at me, you know what I'm saying? I got pictures of when I bought it with the red ribbon on there and everything else. But because I didn't want people to know that you got a truck, they're going to ask for help.
Yeah.
So I never, it was never my intentions to use it to haul anything else like
I
that.
will look good in the big truck, push it.
But I was like, man, I need some money. So I made a post saying, hey, look, I got shoes for sale, T-shirts, whatever it is, right? Whatever. Yep. So then that was what catapulted me to even starting this business. Like, man, I got a truck. I have to use it. Yeah. This is what I need to use to make money. So I was like, I'm gonna haul junk. Now I worked at a church doing maintenance for 5.5 years. So I learned how to do a lot of things. Yeah. So then I was like, I'm gonna start doing odd jobs and handyman work. And I've learned a lot of things in this process, things I didn't know how to do, because if this lady was like, hey, can you install ceiling fans? And I was like, no. But I was like, man, you know what? Let me go YouTube some stuff. Let me see if I can do it. Put a ceiling fan in my house. I've been installing a fan since.
That's what's up.
I asked my homeboy, hey, I pay you to teach me how to mount TVs. That same day I went home, let me see what's on YouTube. Found the video, followed it, went home, bought a setup, mounted my TV, a big old TV on the wall. I was like, okay, I can do this. So got the DBA, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All that.
Yes, sir.
Legit, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't got no insurance, but
fuck it. We'll get to that point.
Yeah, but I don't really do nothing that
you know
what I'm saying, that I can't do. So ain't nobody gonna be putting me on blast about the TV bullshit falling off the wall. The fan falling. No electrical stuff
problem.
Like that.
You making sure you detail oriented. What do you feel like some of the you having your own business kind of taught you so far, and I guess in the comedy aspect as well, opened up?
Everything falls on you. You know, at the end of the day, like what we glamorize starting businesses, right?
Correct.
You make it seem like, oh, you work your own schedule, you can make how much money you want to make, yada 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 yada. People don't understand the grind that comes with. You're going to be working more hours as a self-employed
and you
entrepreneur.
need to be working more hours.
Yeah, you can be working more hours. You know, your money ain't going to be as consistent as working a job. I went like a 3-week period where I was bad at getting any work. I went through a period where I was making a lot of money. I'm like, oh man. And then I went through a period where I was bad at making money. And the thing about it is, I'm going to tell you why. Because people count your pockets, right? This is why you shouldn't boast about the things that you have.
Correct.
Now I get it. Some people like, this is motivation for other people to want to get it right. But the truth be told, especially if you're an entrepreneur and your business is trying to get people to support you, right?
Correct.
The moment you start flashing how much money you make, right? People start looking and saying, okay, if he's making this much money in a day, he's making this much money in a week. Yada yada yada. I'm not making that, right? Wow. So all I'm doing is making this person rich, and I'm struggling.
Facts.
So then they start pulling away from helping you and supporting you, because it's like, oh, and it's not even like malice on your part, where you're showing people, hey, life has blessed me to be able to do these things. They're just like, you're happy, you know what I'm saying? But other people are looking at you like, nah, he getting too big. And I think, and this, I usually never say nothing against black people, but I think that's black people's biggest issue, is that we hate to see other people that look like us successful.
Man,
not all of us.
There's not all of us, but there's some of us where it does is like, I ain't fucking with that no more. I ain't with that.
Look,
but we still
on a comedy tip. On a comedy. Tickets may vary from being free to $20, $25 at the most.
Correct.
Because it was at the Empire, that was probably going to be the most that the tickets would have costed, you know what I'm saying, since I've been performing, right?
Yep.
Dave Chappelle came to San Antonio. I immediately got online, bought tickets. They was about $500, almost $500. We the Ones tour came to Houston.
Yep.
Lil Duval and them, Mike
Yeah.
Epps and them. My wife bought the tickets for my birthday. It was almost $500.
Yeah.
Chris Rock, whatever Spurs games, whatever drug you like, you are spending way more money for other things.
Yep.
Right? But when it's somebody that you know you mess with, his ticket's $20. I'm not going to that. It's a lot of people that ain't been to shows.
For real, yeah.
A lot of people ain't been to shows that ain't had nothing else to do.
Yep.
And then when I see them,
Yep.
and I'm gonna talk more about this after the show.
Come on.
When I see them, Mike Epps is in town.
Yeah.
Michael Black's and so on. This comedian's in town.
Definitely, if you're a regular comedy person, that
I know for a fact that Mike Epps tickets is a minimum of $80.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum.
Mm-hmm.
He's leaving here with at least $100,000 every time he comes. Most of his shows are almost all his shows are probably gonna sell out.
Yeah.
And guess what? He gonna tell you the same jokes he told you the year before.
Yep.
And the year before.
Yeah, you like, he already said that one. He already did that. You know, that's man. Way to bring it home. But it's like people spend their money on, I guess,
what they want. But listen, I can't even be mad at you spending money. But at the same time, it's just like,
why? Come on, man. Why? I'm right here. I'm way closer than any of those others, and I'm right here.
I'm gonna tell you this, right? Because you have to know me to understand this.
Right.
I ain't a sucker, and I ain't somebody that's gonna get successful and forget my people, right?
Come on, man.
You've had me on this show. This is the second time, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
We're going to talk more about this after July the 5th.
Yeah.
You, Cleto, Culture Travels, and I'm going to be on another show tomorrow.
Yeah.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4, are the only people that have said, hey, come on my platform, no matter how big or small,
yeah,
and promote your show.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about your show.
That's what we're supposed to be doing.
1, 2, 3, 4. I've been promoting this show since February.
Facts.
March, April, May, June,
Mm-hmm.
July, let's just say 4.5 months.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
4 platforms, and there's more than...
It's a whole bunch of podcast platforms. I don't know if they was waiting for me to call them and be like, hey, can I come on there?
But it's our job as the media outlets to plug in with the media that's going on and what's happening within. So, man, I definitely... How do you feel about, you having to adjust your show from Empire downtown to Upstage Beautiful,
I'm going to answer that question, but I want to tell you why I told you that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a sucker. I'm the type of person that once I become successful, I don't forget people, right?
Yeah.
So if I know I could help you out in any type of way, I would help you.
Yep.
If I was, just say comedy put me in a spot to where I could be in front of Dave Chappelle and Cat Williams, and they say, hey, man, when I come to San Antonio, what's a podcast or a platform I could get on to talk? Yep. I know a guy.
Yep. You be like, hey, man.
Hey, Jay Alamo, what you got going on?
Yep. Yeah.
I got Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. It's using our connections, but it just seems like the organic people but it takes us, we take the stairs.
Well, we gonna talk more about this.
We take the stairs.
How does it feel?
Yeah.
Going from Empire to...
Yes, Upstage. Yeah. Welcome to the Plug, baby. Yeah.
I was hurt when he called me and he told me. And I feel like he was hurt too, to even have to give me that news.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like this was in April when he told me.
Yeah.
You talking about weeks before the show. So this really could have went either way, right?
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? People had to wait on refunds. People had to rebuy tickets. I invested a lot of my own money.
And
printing
time.
up flyers and stuff like that. Walk around, pass them out, putting in businesses and stuff like that.
Yep.
So when you've, for months, been telling people it's going to be somewhere, you ain't going to be able to reach everybody. They'll tell them, hey, it's changed.
Yep.
So now I'm worried because I'm like, man, I'm worried today. right? Like, man,
You gotta have a good show.
how is this gonna go?
Yeah.
But I couldn't stay worried, right? So, which is again how the videos came about. It's like, what can I do to grab San Antonio's attention
Yes, sir.
so that they know about this show, right?
Yep.
I remember I made a post and said, you know, my dream is to perform at the Majestic, and everybody was like, "Yeah, man, support you. I'll be there. I'll be front row."
Yeah. All the comments.
Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Just show up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just show up.
Yep.
I said this yesterday on my live.
Yep.
It is important that you buy tickets. Those online sales mean something. It's more than just bragging rights and say, "Oh yeah, I sold out," or people have already bought so many tickets.
Yep.
We don't own these venues, right? So it looks good to say that people want to see you when they immediately are wanting to buy these tickets.
Correct.
You know, so there's a showing of sales that are digitally registered online. You know what I'm saying, that you can track and say, okay, we sold 20 tickets today, we sold 10 the next day, we sold 10 the next day. There is a steady.
And that's how they come up with maybe adding another show with
Another show.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we're gonna bring him back because he might not have got 800 people, but he got 500 people.
Yeah.
And what people don't know is your show doesn't have to actually sell out. Like I think 80% is considered like selling out the show. You know what I'm saying? That's almost any venue. If you get at least 80% of the people there, they consider that sold out. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the other seats sometimes is comp or you know, free seats anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it
definitely kind of
you know what I'm saying, because
on that end.
I'll probably be able to explain it better after. When I talk about it. What it means to be on that stage as a local comedian, as somebody, you know, coming from where I come from.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get that opportunity.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So it's just like, imagine if the Breakfast Club said, hey, or the Joe Budden podcast, somebody said, hey man, we want you to come on here and sit down as a guest. You know what I'm saying? Even if you just getting a few words.
Exactly.
Like,
boom. And go from there. You know
you know what I'm saying?
So, take it from there. You know, so now I definitely understand that. Do you feel like you weren't braggadocious enough about you being the top comedian in the city?
They would say I was bragging too much.
Do you think so?
They would say I was bragging too much.
Yeah.
And what I just tell you, I don't forget stuff.
Okay, yeah.
I can tell you the handful of comedians that said congratulations or even liked the post. Your brothers, and even they not your people that you really, really mess with, but you know what I'm saying? The people that are doing the same things that you're doing, right?
Yep.
It means something when your fellow man says, another podcast, another media platform says, man, congratulations, man. Jadamo, congratulations on that interview, man. Congratulations on that award. You know what I'm saying? Because we are seeing each other.
Yeah. Yep.
People can act like I don't pay attention. You paying attention?
Come on, man. You see it.
You see it.
You seen it. You see it.
When I first was on Facebook and I first started blowing up on Facebook, on social media, anybody that I felt like was equal to me or better than me, and people talking about, let me go to their page and see why people are liking these posts, right?
Correct.
Okay. I got to make sure that whatever I'm doing keeps people engaged like this person. Not copying nothing that they do. But you know what I'm saying?
Keeping them
okay,
engaged. Yeah.
Whether they was somebody I mess with or not. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't like that content, but I see why people like this is my boy, but on his I ain't gonna even say his name. On his Instagram, he posts a lot of fight videos, and I had mentioned that to him.
Yeah.
And he was like, "That's how I make money."
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, that's not the content that we grew to know from him.
Correct.
That's how he make money. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense now.
Whether you like the content or not, you know, you kind of like understand why this person has this platform or whatever the case, and you see, okay, all right.
makes sense.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It makes sense. Yep.
Congratulations, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
And that's cool that you're always a genuine person. You had to ask like, hey man, what's going on with all this content? Because you are a very like grounded person, you know what I'm saying? You're like, hey, we're not gonna get too out of the box, bro. Why are we showing this, doing this, what would you say as far as keeps you grounded and like it seems kind of like spiritual or spiritual related, man?
Man, I was raised in the church, and my
Okay.
grandmother raised me, so I have an old school way of thinking.
Yeah.
But also, man, the same, you can fall when you get to the top,
Come on, man.
and more people are waiting to see you fall than they wait to see you get to the top.
Until you get up there, they're like, "Oh, he made it. Oh, look at him fall."
They wait. Listen,
like,
they are waiting.
They'll share that post about you on Ken's
He
5.
thought he was all that. Listen, if this show would have got canceled, you'd have been seeing all type of slugs.
Oh man.
If this show don't do that good, and I get on there crying and complaining about, San Antonio don't never support nobody, they waiting for that.
Yep.
They waiting for that because people want you to be humble.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is this, man, and this is real life. Like, again, you're not always gonna have. Take Drake for instance.
Yeah.
You're not always gonna have. Drake is gonna always be Drake.
Yeah.
He's always he gonna always be mentioned as one of the greats.
Yep.
Okay, Kendrick Lamar beat him in a rap battle, and he been having his foot on his neck for the past year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Going into a year and a half.
Yep.
But can you take anything away from him? Anything that he's ever accomplished? No.
Nope.
No.
Still spin it, whatever, play it.
So
Still
whether you like somebody or not, understand whether you support that person or not, whether you think you the top dog or the lowest dog.
Yeah.
Understand at any point in time you could have your moment. You know what I'm saying? Your moment could come, it could go. It could come, it could go. Or you could just be stagnant until you start going up again or down, whatever it is. So you really kind of got to just be like, you know what, man?
Yes, sir.
Let me see how this play out.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna wait till my time come back around again. Right?
Yep. Just like music, just like everything.
You know what I'm saying?
Your song is real hot, but then it's not, and then it comes back a couple of years later, just like that "Ain't I" song just blew up. I'm like,
don't wanna be with
everybody.
Put that man back touring.
Back in the pilot seat, like, yep, I'm good to go. You feel me?
Like I wasn't.
Yep.
I didn't contact my SA.com and say, hey, can you write this article about me? They in my comments.
Yeah.
Hey man, can we? I was like, sure.
And
then I was like, hey, whoa, what's the context?
Yeah.
I emailed her like, whoa, hold up.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you finna drag me through the mud,
come on now.
Even though what they say, all publicity is good publicity,
but not right now.
I'm
promoting the show.
You know what I'm saying?
Now.
So I'm like, whoa, what's the context?
Yeah.
Because
that's too funny.
when it comes to integrity,
some
things don't matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
At the end of the day, and I've posted this on Facebook. If it's illegal, against my morals, or I'm not gonna do certain stuff to make you laugh.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't knocking nobody else that choose to do that.
But for you,
for me, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So even with my videos or whatever the case may be, the check or the notary is not worth it if it's against something that I believe in. You know what I'm saying? So if they would have said, okay, yeah, we're gonna write an article about you, but we're gonna drag you through the mud.
You're like, hell nah.
Nah, get my video.
Yeah. I'm deleting y'all's comment too.
Just to say that I'm on. They put me on nah, it ain't worth it,
man.
You know what I'm saying?
But it was good publicity. So shout out to you, man. Make sure y'all pull up on Saturday. 2 shows, 7:30
and I get paid from TikTok now because of that.
Yeah. Damn, that's what's up, man.
I'm in the little creators program.
Oh man, that's what's up. That's what's up.
I ain't make that much money, but I made.
What you figuring out? You figuring out the algorithm? What you like? Okay, let me do this. Let me do that.
It's pennies, it's a couple dollars.
So you got to do the San Antonio thing as well. You traveled, to Lubbock a couple of weeks ago for Father's Day weekend. You did a show out there, but wanted to hone in as far as one of your favorite memories as far as touring and being on the road. What was one of your favorite moments as far as
I
being
was just
outside
on
the
the
city?
road. I just came back from Oklahoma and Missouri. I was on the road for almost 2 weeks,
That's what's up.
going to these small towns performing.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, my first time going to LA,
Okay.
and that was in 2023. And LA is probably the most inspirational place that I've ever been. And it's probably because of the bright lights, the big old billboards, and you see, all of these companies that you see all the time.
Yeah.
The Hollywood,
Star
I was staying in Hollywood, the Hollywood Walk of Fame and
Yep.
all that. The first time that I went, and I remember, even though it wasn't like performance-wise, it wasn't nothing to brag about. I did good, don't get me wrong, but there was some miscommunication. So they thought I was like a new comic.
Yeah.
So I only got 5 minutes, and I did my thing in that 5 minutes.
Yeah. Good shit.
But they was just thinking I was like just some new comic that was just getting an opportunity. So they just gave me 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But
thing.
yeah, and I remember that it was during the playoffs. The Lakers was playing Golden State, and the Lakers had won that night. I think it was like game 1 or 2 or something like that. And we had got there early for a watch party, so it wasn't that many people there at first. I'm like, oh man, that's gonna be one of them nights.
One of those.
Yeah, man. And then that thing filled up fast.
Yeah.
And Texas time is 2 hours away. It was midnight there.
Yeah.
But it was 2 o'clock. I was in there tired.
You were like, man, what the heck?
They were talking about
Y'all
going
still
somewhere
moving.
else.
You were like, it's about to be full, man.
So I was like, man, take
I'm
me
done.
back to the room.
Yeah.
So I woke up that next morning because I can't, no matter where I'm at, I can't sleep late. So I'm
For
fine
sure.
something in the morning. I know my kids get ready for school. I talked to them, watched them on camera, and then I got up and I walked around. I took pictures of the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Nipsey Hussle, different stars, Selena, and it was like just different things I took pictures. And I literally, when I say I walked around, like I walked down to the highway.
You like I was familiar.
Like, yeah, man, I was.
That's dope.
I try not to look like a tourist.
Yeah, but you were like, I'm enjoying.
Yeah,
this.
and it's obviously beautiful weather.
Facts. That's what's up.
And it again, it's inspirational.
Yeah.
Like I was like telling my wife, I want to move there.
Yeah.
But it's expensive.
For sure. And once you get to that point, you gonna get to that point as well, man. What's the difference as far as touring, like in the bigger cities and then the smaller cities like Lubbock and like New Mexico? How's the comedy different?
So I just had this conversation with the guy I was on the road with, right?
Yeah.
A lot of comedians want to do the big name clubs or the big name cities for the notary.
Correct.
Even if there's nobody there, it could be 5 people there. Oh, I performed in L.A. last night. Or I performed in London or whatever the case may be. So before, when I would be going places, somebody would call me, hey, can you come to Atlanta? Can you come here? I'm on the plane.
Let's go.
These 2 weeks I was gone, we in the car, staying in different hotels every night.
Yeah.
And the biggest crowd was probably 30 people, but it was like in these small country towns.
Yep. Correct.
The biggest crowd was like 30 people. They laughed because I'm funny.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But the difference is, usually if you're performing in a comedy club, it's a more controlled environment. People know that they're there for comedy, so the laughs are bigger.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
The
acoustics is in the room. Everything is set up the way it's supposed to be.
Yep.
When you go into these like little hole in the walls and stuff like that in these bars, ain't no telling what you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be prepared for that. You have to be able to fight through the conversation because there's gonna be people that's not interested in what the hell you got going on, right? Correct. They just there because it's their local bar and they like to come in and drink. And you disturbing their peace.
Yeah, yeah. Like, what's going on tonight? What are they doing?
Yeah, they don't care about this comedy show.
Yeah.
But these big cities, yes, it's cool to say, yeah, I performed in Hollywood, Atlanta, LA, Oakland, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. I ain't been to New York yet.
Yeah.
But to say you done those things. But that money might not even be guaranteed.
Man.
To be honest with you. Because again, if you don't sell, you know what I'm saying? Like we had a show in LA and the show had got canceled.
Yeah.
Now we ended up still performing at another little spot that we didn't get paid for. They were just doing comedy there. We was like, well, might as well perform. So we went, hey, you know what I'm saying? They knew my guy off the rip, you know what I'm saying? But our show had got canceled. And I was like, I had already bought the ticket. I'm coming.
Yeah. I'm
I'm
on the way. We're going to figure out something.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, find something. Yeah.
But those events, going back to buying the tickets early.
Yeah.
If the tickets ain't selling, we're not gonna waste our time.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna lose more money, lights, paying wait staff, and all the other type of stuff.
Correct.
Now, these little holes in the wall and these little small towns and stuff like that. Again, it might be easier for them to get a crowd in there. You know what I'm saying? Because
it's just one spot.
Yeah, it's a small little place. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, we're gonna be having a show here.
Yeah.
All right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know what you're dealing with. And the guy that I was just on the road with, he has like a certain little deal he had with these spots. So we got paid no matter what.
That's what's up. So being able to get there, you're like, hey, keep perfecting my craft. I seen one video where you didn't have a microphone, right? Yeah. And you're like,
oh, it was just a picture.
Oh, a picture, yeah.
And that was in Kansas. My cousin was like, hey, and it was crazy that it was a strip club and they had a mic, but it wasn't charged. So and they couldn't get it to work. So I was like, I don't want to be waiting. You know what I'm saying? The owner, it was his birthday party.
Yeah.
So it wasn't nobody stripping at the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it was a strip
He's
club.
Up there and they dancing while he doing jokes.
I think my cousin's wife had recorded.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was a stripper to the side.
Yeah.
And I don't know where she came from, but while I'm performing, I'd like look, and I see she had on an outfit, and I see titties and stuff, and I was like, and
you like,
I've been married for a while.
Yeah.
Besides the naked bodies online, I ain't seen a naked in person.
Yeah, like damn, baby.
I was like, hold on, Dad. You're distracting me.
Yeah. Can you get back over there? Can you get down?
Yeah, but that's the only problem with
you're a fool.
The little, again, you don't know what you're dealing with in these little spots.
Yeah.
So it was like,
Before I know we've been going for a minute, I appreciate you, bro. That's been a hell of a conversation. To piggyback off of that, before I let you go, have you ever gotten in a situation where you bombed the show and you were like, man, I think I'm done and I'm gonna hang this up?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about that experience, man.
It was early when I first started, man, and because I never knew how to be a comedian. I knew how to be funny. One of those questions that you had up there was like, when did I realize I was funny?
Yeah.
I've always been funny. There's a difference between being funny and being a comedian. I mean, anybody laugh.
Yeah.
So as a kid growing up, I was always funny. And when I was like 12, 13, you know what I'm saying, my mom was like, you should be a comedian. But again, I don't know how to be a comedian. And then when I would be like at the club, my friends would be like, girls would come to me, hey, make us laugh.
Yeah.
Because I was always clowning. So when I first started doing comedy, it wasn't because I was a comedian. It was because I was funny.
Yeah.
Clifton Simmons was a comedian. I was funny.
Yeah.
And to properly explain that, it's kind of like basketball.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? You may have raw talent.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? But you may not be as skilled.
And
so
somebody else just doing drills and working with these trainers.
Take the Spurs and the Showtime Lakers.
Yep.
People didn't like the Spurs because they were so fundamental. You know what I'm saying? And Tim Duncan's gang was methodical. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
But they liked the Ja Morants of the world,
and
Anthony Davises and stuff like. I mean, the Anthony Edwards and whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So, anyways, early in my career, I wasn't writing. I still don't write jokes. I wasn't writing jokes. I wasn't thinking about a joke.
Yeah.
Anybody that know me can tell you, every time I performed, I never said the same thing twice.
That's
I'm getting up there freestyle. I'm just going up there, whatever come to my mind,
and talking. Yeah,
So
you do a good job, bro.
because I didn't know how to formulate the jokes,
Yeah.
I might just get stuck in my thought. It might say something that might have the potential to be funny, but I don't even know how to put something after that, so I just get stuck. So a lot of times it's people, and because and then my comedy is more conversational than like knock,
what's going on.
Yeah, why the chicken cross the road type of stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be times when people would be like, and I was like, man, at the time I wasn't thinking about quitting. It just like it was really bothering me, right? Until I seen this Eddie Murphy and Jerry Seinfeld had interviewed each other, and they was talking about bombing in their careers, like when they was famous.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I didn't think that them being who they was at the time could bomb, because when you successful, people just cheer you on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
already there.
So then I seen another podcast. It was, I think, like either Kev on Stage and Tony Baker, and maybe To Hear More. But they was talking about bombing too. So I was like, oh, this is just a part of comedy. It's not me. This is what happens. People don't always do good. Dave Chappelle did his special, and he talked about bombing in Detroit. So I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. So you're not always going to do well. Like, you don't want to make a habit of bombing.
Yeah.
Because the crowd just might not be your crowd. That don't mean you can't make them laugh, but they just might not be your crowd.
Yeah.
You don't make a habit of that. But I ain't bombed in. It's been times I haven't done good.
Yeah.
But I ain't bombed in a long time. And I'm my harshest critic, so
good shit. Yeah.
I might have done great. Yeah. But in my mind, I'm like, nah,
I could do more.
I could have smoked that.
Yeah,
I could have smoked. But I recently wanted to quit a couple of weeks ago, and it had nothing to do with me bombing or not. I've been trying to get on the Kill Tony podcast for like a year.
Okay, yeah. Facts.
And one of the reasons I was trying to get on is to promote my show, actually. And so I was going down there like almost every Monday, sitting there waiting, and I'm getting there at 5 something, like 5:15.
Yeah.
And I don't leave to 10 something. You just want 5 hours sitting there waiting to get on this podcast. I'd never get on.
Yeah.
Sitting there, they calling other people. My boys getting on, and I'm not upset because my boys getting on. I'm just like, damn.
Where's the time?
You just driving to Austin.
Yep.
Sitting down, waiting. You know what I'm saying? So I'm leaving here at 3
to get there to start by 5.
Yeah, so you talking about all the time that I'm wasting, right? I'm not making no money, none of the other type of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I go home and I watch, right? And I'm seeing the people that got chosen that are on there.
Correct.
And a lot of people aren't comedians. They just want to be seen because they know it's a big platform.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So then I'm just like, man, this ain't for me.
Yeah.
It was like discouraging. Like I almost cried because I'm like,
man, what do I need to be doing to separate?
And so I was just in Shell Knob, Missouri.
Yeah.
And was white guys there. One of the guys said, man, you need to go and kill Tony. He said, you would get a golden ticket. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back.
Yeah.
So I'll probably go Monday. Monday's my son's birthday. But if I don't go this Monday, I'm going to go next Monday. But yeah, because he told me that.
Yeah, you knew there was something there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm going to go back, even though my show has passed.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the only person. Somebody else told me I should, you need to be going to Austin.
Yeah.
And even though I don't feel like that, I'm going to start spread my wings more.
Yeah, and that's a must. I feel the same way, man. We got San Antonio in a good little area, but we got to spread out a little bit more. What advice would you give somebody that, is up and coming comedian, up and coming into their craft, whether it's comedy or music or whatever it may be?
Be original. Mm-hmm. Be consistent. Yep. Never let them see you sweat.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And start. You succeeded once you start.
Yep. Get it in motion.
All that telling people for years what you gonna do and you never do it.
Right.
So
Get started.
the moment you take that first step, you've already won.
Yep.
That's a goal that you've already accomplished. So check that off and say, I done that, and feel good about that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But if you don't do something and you always talking about, oh yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that. You feel like you need to go to LA, go to LA. You feel like you need to move to Atlanta, move to Atlanta. Whatever you feel like you need to do, then do it. But do it.
Get it done. Yep.
Even if you never reach whatever level that you aspire to reach, you've done more than the vast majority of people that you know.
Facts. Yeah.
Because a lot of people never do.
Yep. They just talk. Yeah. They just like, all right, yeah, that's as much as I want to do. You like, come on, man.
And that being
ahead,
consistent is important. The reason why the people that are making the money that they're making is because they're consistent, right?
Facts. Yeah.
This is just something that I need to say before we go.
Yep.
There's a reason why Tyler Perry, Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and all these people are where they at in life, right? It's not because they were lucky.
Right. Yeah.
They had a dedication to something that they wanted to do that most people do not have.
Yeah.
A lot of those stories came with a certain type of struggle, right? Especially like something like comedy, you know, where you hear stories or take Tyler Perry's story where he was homeless at one point in time.
Correct.
A lot of people don't want to be homeless. They don't want that part of success.
Yeah, they like, I'll do without.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they don't want to be homeless. They don't want to be hungry. They don't want to lose things.
Facts.
So those people that had that dedication to go through those things and say, you know what, I'm gonna go through the fire.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they succeeded, because they was willing to go through the fire, because they knew there was something better on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us like, ooh.
Yeah, it get hot. You like, oh, never mind.
That's too much
Yeah.
So that's what separates the winners either from the losers or the winners that keep winning. And that one person that just say, hey, I got this, I'm R&B folk mob. I got this one hit song. I'm good.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I need to be recognized.
Keep pushing through that. Keep pushing through.
Listen to me. In 1996, nobody was talking about Jay-Z. Not the way they talk about him today.
Nuh-uh. And he was rapping.
Biggie and Tupac. Go look it up. Reasonable Doubt didn't go platinum till 6 years after it came out.
And now it's one of the most listened to albums in hip hop.
And I used to joke and say it took Biggie and Pac to die for Jay-Z to become who he is. I don't know if that's true or not. Jay-Z probably still would be who Jay-Z is. Kanye West. Yeah. Kanye West has, you can say what you want to say, but that Yeezus documentary is probably one of the greatest documentaries that's ever, when it comes to perseverance. Perseverance, how you say it.
Correct.
Because nobody was thinking about Kanye West as a rapper.
It's true. Yeah, that documentary was...
He still would have been a successful producer. But as a rapper...
He really wanted that.
He changed the trajectory of his life by saying, wait a minute, I rap too.
Yeah.
And y'all need to hear...
And then you remember the lady just sitting there while he's rapping the song to her, and she just sitting there like...
Okay.
Man, that right there has to be one of the top documentaries.
If you don't believe in yourself, ain't nobody else gonna believe in you.
Come on, man. Come on.
Look, you have to be willing to go through that fire, willing to go through that struggle. Yep. You have to be consistent, and you have to believe in yourself.
Yes, sir.
I listen to me. I wear these shirts, not just to make a statement, because I believe in this right here.
That's what I'm talking about.
So when I'm out and about, and other people are like, man, he got curse words on there and yada, yada, yada. The people that's buying it don't care.
Yeah.
Obviously they don't care. Y'all walk around smelling like weed.
Yep.
But y'all don't want to wear
asshole shirt
on your shirt. You don't think that the weed smell is more offensive to somebody than the words?
Exactly. They be like,
especially white people. White people don't give a damn.
Yeah.
They'll wear a whole dick on their shirt.
They don't give a damn. On their hat.
You know what I'm saying? So my point in saying that is this: is that if you sitting at home making up all the reasons why you can't do something, you're not going to be able to do it, because you done already told yourself, I'm a failure.
Push past
this is impossible for me to do.
Yep.
But even if you're failing and you're saying, My time is coming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do it. And you keep on grinding. My son be rapping, and he sucks.
He sucks right now.
But that nigga still be rapping.
Yeah.
He still be rapping.
He is like, fuck it.
I be listening to him like, man.
Yeah, you like, hey man, you keep going. Couple more. Hey, just
But guess what? Couple of years from now,
man, drop
he
something.
might be the biggest shit going.
You be like, what the?
You know?
You be like, boy, I tell you what.
Keep going, son.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Man, that's what's up. Oh, speaking of, before we get out of here again, hey man, Bigger in Texas is live at Upstage Comedy Lounge. 2 shows Saturday. Make sure you are there. Want to give you the final thoughts, Big Dog, as far as going out. Before I give you the final thoughts, what did you think about that Diddy situation, man? What's going on there?
I don't really have no.
You like don't put me on the spot.
I don't have like a serious.
Yeah.
But I understand the legal system.
Correct.
So no matter how we feel about that, you know what I'm saying? And once you understand the legal system, you'll understand why certain things happen, right?
Yeah.
In the case of Diddy, I seen somebody post like, what did they say? They said, Diddy being found out guilty is why women don't speak up.
Yeah, I saw it.
And that has nothing to do with why those two things don't go right.
Okay.
Because Diddy's situations was more domestic than like Diddy was going around just beating up random women and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So my point in saying all that is, my point in saying all that is this: is that the prosecutions didn't do a good job of presenting their case. That's not because Diddy was a rich person or anything, that they didn't have good witnesses. Their witnesses wasn't good. They just didn't present a good case for what they was charging him with.
The racketeering.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit. Yeah.
If they would have stuck with the prostitution stuff, they probably could have just got bam. Oh yeah, and he still wouldn't have got a lot of time. But whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So once you understand certain things about the law. Yeah. And then Yeah.
No one's bigger. I was like, man. I was kind of shocked about it, but I was like, man. Hey, that's
because the perception of what we was thought to believe was what it was.
Yeah.
The information that coming out is like, oh man.
Yeah.
Oh. Come on, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing if people were saying, everybody thought this was gonna be some big Hollywood, all these celebrities was involved and everything.
It was gonna break off into a big old.
So many people was gonna get brought down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jay-Z and Brian, all these type of things and stuff like that. Then you find out it's just one freaky man.
Yeah. He just one freaked out.
I'm gonna tell you another thing. Like everybody would like to say Diddy is gay. There's never been an instance where a man came out and said he penetrated Diddy or Diddy penetrated him.
Fact, yeah.
Is he weird, freaky? Definitely. Gay?
Yeah.
No.
He's not gay, but he likes to watch.
A lot of people. He's a cuck.
There you go.
A lot of people get drunk, get high, they get handsy, they get they say things. Man, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
So why you?
Man,
but let's make this. Let's make this controversial.
Yeah.
Fuck no prompter podcast. That's on me. That ain't got nothing to do with J. Alamo and the Plug podcast. You bitches and you pussies.
Talk to them. Uh-oh. Hey, man, they definitely, they've been making a lot of noise. And
no, they don't.
They've been, making a lot of noise.
Yeah, they making all the wrong noise.
Noise.
Y'all playing with the wrong people.
Yeah.
Leave people alone if you want to survive in media. If not, you're going to find out the hard way.
Man. Hey, man, you heard it from my big dog, Alvin Perry.
And I'm on my Tupac hit him up shit, too.
Yeah, talk to him. With that, man, I want to give your final thoughts, big dog. I know we got our show coming up. Tell everyone why they need to go ahead and push that button right now as they're viewing to go ahead and purchase them tickets and see you on Saturday.
Man, go get your tickets because I am one of the funniest people in San Antonio. And when my time is done, I will go down as one of the greatest, if not the greatest entertainer in San Antonio, Texas. I'm really funny, and I'm willing to take any challenge to prove that I'm really funny. You know what I'm saying? And I earned everything that God has blessed me with. So if you somebody that just ain't interested, if you come see me and I don't make you laugh, you say I ain't funny, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But I
Come through.
guarantee you're gonna enjoy yourself.
That's right. Make sure y'all go purchase them tickets as well. Upstage Comedy Lounge, 7:30 and 10 o'clock. Any shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to my brothers, man, the Loud Pack Boys. Shout out to Joe King. Shout out to Lady Rico. Shout out to everybody that's a part of this show, especially Upstage Comedy Lounge, Bobby and Calvin. Man, I love and I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
And shout out to everybody that's been supporting me throughout the years, especially you, Jay
Yes,
Alamo,
sir.
and
Yes,
the
sir.
Plug Podcast.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you taking your time out before your big show. I know we got you right here on the crunch time, on the countdown. No, 4th of July is tomorrow.
How much this bucket hat cost?
This one's 25 for you, man. 25 for you, man. Y'all got y'all get the
25
plug.
for me. Tell them how much
Put
it
the plug discount code right now. Hey, you get the bucket hat for Alvin. Put Alvin Perry on the discount code, and you getting the bucket hat for $25. Shout out to him, courtesy of him. We got $25 bucket hats right now. You feel me?
Like
So make sure y'all plug in. There you go. There you go. There you go. It looks right on you, big dog. Hey, make sure y'all get over there, like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and make sure y'all stay plugged in. Appreciate y'all. We out. Yeah.